city parking, weekend gear, everyday space, always forward with Kia.
I need a car that can handle two very different things. A parking spot in the inner Richmond and all the stuff I somehow carry around like I'm leaving town forever. My Kia Seltos fits the city, but still has room for my dog, my work bag, groceries from Clement Street, and the hiking gear I forgot was in the back. It's compact where I need it and roomy where it counts.
Kia has a vehicle built for the way your life actually moves. Find your way forward at kia.com. Kia. Movement that inspires.
Hey, what's up? It's Brew, and sometimes I scroll back through old photos and videos and realize just how much life has changed over the last 5 years. New cities, new adventures, so many flights, incredible interviews, getting engaged, and through it all, I've been able to bring everyone along with me. That's really the power of staying connected. Whether I'm uploading content after an event, hopping on a call before my radio show, or catching up with family before being on the road, having reliable internet makes all the difference. And while a lot has changed over the last 5 years, your internet price doesn't have to. With the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you get the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi with the best equipment at one price for 5 years guaranteed. No contracts or commitments. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Setup is stress-free too. You can keep your network name and password and watch every device connect instantly. Just worry-free Wi-Fi for smooth connections from day one. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber or coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity, imagine that.
Oh, excellent. I was hard as a rock the whole time. That's great. We made eye contact.
Welcome to 3 with Z, with me, Rob Kosovich. This is a podcast where two friends get together and discuss the latest in pop culture and whatever's on their minds for the week. Joining me, as always, is my buddy, my pal, the Demos to my Phobos, Christian Z. Hi, Christian.
Hey, Rob, how you doing? Hello, everybody. This is a big day. We are bringing the podcast back from, I'm going to say 10 years. It's a blur between 8 and 10.
Risen from the grave.
Risen from the grave, like a phoenix. It's been interesting not talking to you again.
Yeah?
A lot of this was, I remember, it took me back to like 10 years ago where you and I weren't speaking during the week because we didn't want to, not that we speak comedy gold throughout every conversation we have, but
Sure.
just general stuff that's going on in our lives and topics and video games we want to talk about, we just push towards Wednesdays and Thursdays.
I could just, it's really good for me. I could just talk to you like on a schedule. I save everything that I'm thinking about and just get it all out and we'll go. And then I don't have to talk to you again for a week. It's like, it's very relaxing for me.
It was a little upsetting being in the parking lot with you and I just say hi. You know, it's kind of a little bit upsetting, but we'll get through it. I mean, this is episode I titled this episode
I saw you.
Getting the Rust Off. I have a feeling that the first 3 seasons are going to be getting the rust off. But we will be here weekly. We'll be providing a weekly podcast once again. We are happy to be back. The 3-topic format. We will have some guests on throughout the first couple seasons here, see how we go. But the first episode back, we wanted just me and Rob getting our swing back together, you know?
Yeah, stretch it out a little bit and warm up, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be an adventure. The first few are gonna be an adventure here. It's gonna be a lot of pause breaks and inappropriate laughter. So we'll figure it out. Do you want to tell them your first topic of the day, or you want to break down the 3 topics we're going to do? How do you want to do this?
Yeah, sure. So our 3 topics for today are going to be, I'm going to talk about the upcoming Supergirl movie and just general DCU thoughts. Pick your brain a little bit. Your topic was going to be the fall of HBO, basically, right?
It turned into researching throughout the week. I wanted to do my top 5 TV shows of all time, which I am absolutely going to mention. But then it turned into the rise and fall of Sunday night and Friday night HBO. When you do your top 5 TV shows of all time, if you don't have one HBO show on there, you're watching the wrong TV shows. Ooh. But we'll get into that. I don't want to waste a lot of the discussion right now on it because I know you're going to get heated on a few of my picks. So that's it. We're going to do top 5 TV shows, the rise and fall of Sunday night HBO.
For the third topic, we're going to talk about the Ghost of Yotei, a video game that we've both been playing a lot of lately.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I tell you about last night quickly?
Yeah, please.
Because I'm dedicated to this program and I'm a champion and a winner. I stayed up till 5:36 a.m. this morning, sober, by the way, to beat that video game.
You did beat it, though.
I did beat it. Did you beat it last night or no? I saw that you were on.
No, I did beat it. I have a lot farther to go.
Okay. All right. I have my notes on this, by the way. Before we even start talking about it, absolutely beautiful game.
Oh, yeah. You're jumping right into it. You want to just talk about it?
You want to do the group one first? No, let's do you. No, because DC is going to get me pissed off right away. So let's get moving on this one.
All right. So,
topic number 1.
All right. So, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, is coming out in... Actually, I think it's just Supergirl. I think they dropped the title, right? So, it's Supergirl is coming out in July. It's the follow-up to James Gunn's Superman from last summer. And have you watched the trailer for it that came out a month or two ago?
I saw the trailer when it came out, almost as spam, like when in between YouTube ads when they pop up.
Yeah.
You also did tell me go into this cold. I've seen Superman, the new one. I've seen all the Snyder ones. Definitely, both of us have seen them. I don't have a desire to watch anything Supergirl wise.
Just the character doesn't have anything for you, or you're just...
DC is my comic universe of choice to read, and I like the lore, and I love the characters. I despise Superman as a whole.
Right.
We've talked about this at length and reasons why. Now, if you want to add the female element into that character now and just make Supergirl, Superdog, Super Cousin, it upsets me a great deal. I have no connection with that character.
Mm-hmm.
Superman, let alone let's make her female now and blonde and kind of a drunk. That was at the end of the Superman movie.
Yeah.
She is intoxicated on a planet.
Yeah. So the basic premise of the movie is that she, she's dealing with her baggage from surviving the explosion of Krypton, right?
Yes.
So Clark was a baby. He doesn't remember Krypton. She was like a teenager when the planet was destroyed.
Okay.
So now she's like dealing with that, right? And she's not handling it well. I think it's the general idea.
Are they going to make them actually related? Or they consider them cousins, like in clans, almost like thrones, like they're in the same house. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, I think her mom was his dad's brother.
So now
I think they're cousins.
So legitimate space cousins. Okay. So we're now. Do you think we'll go back to Krypton, like without jumping right into Snyder?
In the trailer they definitely show like they're in a bunch of white robes. I don't know if they're going to do crystals and stuff like.
Bradley Cooper's in it?
Moves. I don't know. It's not in the trailer.
One of the most.
I would imagine there's going to be a flashback, right?
The scary thing, people have been talking about Bradley Cooper's plastic surgery due to the Superman movie. When he pops on screen,
I didn't know it was Bradley Cooper.
Up until this point, right now.
No, I knew after I saw the movie.
That's a good surgeon. That's a really good surgeon. It was right after he got a facelift. It's very evident that he got a facelift. It's almost like him and a few of them got together and like we're all going to get facelifted. Like Gosling, big facelift. Like you see his cheeks risen. I think he used the movie Barbie and Ken to get it done as to ease people into it.
This is just for the movie, and then he just never stopped looking like that.
The thing that obsesses me about Bradley Cooper now is he looks older than he did before the surgery. You know, as a celebrity, there's that line where you're like, am I holding on to the youthful part of my product? Or I think you just got to fall right into it.
Yeah. I mean, that's tough for like a leading man like that, though, right? Like
this is part of the reason I don't get a hair transplant. Yeah, it's the last grip.
What if the bald is like your? What if that's your real like final stage?
It is. Like, it's my final stage in evolution, and I'm not ready for it.
But maybe you'll be more powerful than ever.
Yes. I also don't want to spend $9,000 on a New York hair transplant when I'm saving for a wedding. It's selfish, and I'm trying to be a better person. I really am. But that scene where Bradley Cooper pops on with Jor-El and his what is his mom's name? I never know Superman's mom's name. Laura?
It could be. You're
Martha.
right.
Is it Martha?
Well,
No, Martha's his...
Martha Kent.
Martha Kent
is his mom.
Yes, his adopted mom. But when he pops on, it's almost like it's like a FaceTime shot they do of him, and his eyes are pulled all the way back. And I heard people talk about that at the end because he's only in it for like 10, 15 seconds. He's speaking Kryptonian, and then they cut. And I heard people go, "Was that fucking Bradley Cooper?" And it was like, "Yeah, that was fucking Bradley Cooper." But I don't want them. Man of Steel, I really enjoyed. I did. I'm one of the. I see your face already. I thought they did the Fall of Krypton really, really well. And I don't want to see two things. I don't want to see a James Gunn version of that. I don't want to see because it's a very dramatic scene with that planet exploding. I don't want to see the cookie cutter James Gunn version of that. You know?
Yeah.
And I don't want to see a James Gunn Zod.
No.
Michael Shannon did it perfect.
Okay. No. Yeah.
Could you think of another actor to play Zod better than that man right now?
No, not really.
No, he is Zod. It just happens to be. That's also a movie with.
I don't have to see Zod again. We've seen Zod in 2 movies. Like there's so many other characters that you could do.
But this is also the problem with this universe constantly collapsing and rebuilding and restructuring and then going back to the old universe that they said is gone. Like, I'm seeing nonstop ads that they're going to do not only the Snyderverse again, that they're going to pick it back up, which will give us 2 more Batmans again. Okay, so now we're going to have Robert Pattinson. We're going to get James Gunn's, hopefully, maybe not hopefully, but coming up in his universe. And then we're going to go back to the Ben Affleck one. And also, I'm going to throw this out there. If you watch the end of the Flash movie, which should have been the last Snyder one, Flashpoint, they brought back Clooney and they brought back Michael Keaton too.
Sure, yeah. So
now we have 12 Batmans all running around. Okay? And all of them are not at the level at Bale. None of them are even close. But we're going to get that. As much as you and I watch the Snyderverse movies, it's almost like a guilty pleasure thing to watch.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm not proud of myself.
It's so bad, but it's our bad thing to watch. I don't want Lawrence Fishburne back at all in anything.
You don't?
He has become that character now in every movie that he's in.
Yeah, it's wonderful to see. I really enjoy it. I want to see that Daily Planet movie. I don't need this Henry Cavill back, or I don't need any of that. But I just want to see Larry Fishburne like just running the newspaper, yelling at people.
The people who I think who were really upset about Henry Cavill leaving, Superman is a character. Like, I look at him differently from Batman because if you fit the mold of a guy who it's sad to say, but Christopher Reeve really made the mold on that character. He also fit the description very well of the comic. You know. I think it's an easier role to cast than Batman or, you know.
Oh, I disagree. I think Batman, you kind of just need a guy that looks good in, you know, a suit and then like his lower half of his face. Like, I think Superman is so iconic and like you have to really get someone who can like embody him.
Okay, I don't know how to say this. You're wrong. Because every Batman, you're stepping on your own point here. You hate every guy who plays Batman. You laugh at it all the time.
I laugh at it, but it doesn't mean
Ben Affleck isn't Batman in that movie. He's Ben Affleck in a suit playing Batman. Like, I think there's a line where you can't be too famous to play any of these characters. You kind of have to be like, if you think about Bale just came out of like American Psycho. I don't know if The Prestige was before Batman Begins or after, but it was right. It might have been after, actually.
It was after.
It was after. But you don't think of, like, when you were seeing Christian Bale in Batman Begins, you don't think of him as Christian Bale. You know what I'm saying? The same as, like, an Affleck or like, Michael Keaton also. Like, that was the first real...
I mean, he was a comedy guy before that.
Yeah, there's, Night Shift is one of my favorite comedies that nobody talks about anymore. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah.
They're love brokers. Love brokers. Coming from a guy with a long Polish last name, Billy Blazejowski, really gave me hope as a teenager that you could be cool and have SKI as the end of your last name.
I could do it still?
I could do it. Oh, yeah, Billy Blazejowski. Yeah.
So, speaking of casting actors, how did you feel about the new Superman? Do you like him in the role? Or you don't like Superman anyway, but how did you feel about him in general?
He fits the mold of it. He does.
I thought he brought the warmth of the character through very
Way more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And like that was the problem with Henry Cavill. He was always a little
Autistic?
I was gonna say stoic, but yeah, a little.
That's also another discussion.
I never got the impression that he was a regular farm boy from Kansas. You know what I mean? Like that's not. That's not Henry Cavill's vibe.
I'll give you this. The James Gunn Superman has the farm boy build to him. Like, that's a build I think you can have from just working outside all day. There's not enough testosterone on that farm for Mr. and Mrs. Kent to be pumping into that man. Future discussion topic. We can go deep philosophically here. The difference between a stoic man and an autistic man. That's...
Yeah, we could talk about that sometime.
Henry Cavill also doesn't smile, which also gives me he doesn't smile once in that movie. In any of them. I don't think he's supposed to. Snyder doesn't encourage smiling.
No, he very famously smiles at the beginning of Justice League. Where it was, when he had the mustache for Mission Impossible, and they had to spend
to edit it out.
Yeah, they spent millions of dollars to Photoshop it out, and he gives the creepiest smile to a couple of little kids that are like asking for his photograph. It really looks like Superman hates these little kids that like want to say hello to him,
and that was
a really strange like moment for the character.
And they fired him 2 years later. Yeah. Who is the actress playing Supergirl? Do you know who she is?
Yeah, it's a Millie Alcock. She was she's the younger Targaryen in House of Dragons.
Oh, Rhaenyra, the young Rhaenyra.
Yeah. It's her.
That kind of changes it. I like that actress.
Yeah, I like her too, and I really like her in the role that I've seen her so far. Like she has a lot of presence.
Yes, no, I'll even say that. That was, without going into my topic, that was one of my big issues with House of the Dragon is those two actresses are not only, they look very different, but they act very different. They're two different kinds of actors, both amazing. I do like both of them. Both of them are great actors. But I feel like it's a stretch to think you've changed that much. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I never watched House of Dragons, but
Piece of shit.
It's what, like a 10-year time skip or something, right? From the little to the young, to the young to the old.
I'm going to address Tony because I'm so angry at Rob. Rob is one of those guys who reads all of the sci-fi, especially Game of Thrones, and thinks he's above watching the television show. So when your friend brings up references from the TV show that millions of people watch every Sunday, and he then cites the books and how much the books are better and how it's beneath him to watch the program. Back to...
I didn't read the House of Dragons books either, to be fair.
Well, I get to be the pompous dick here. I actually did. They all suck. They're terrible.
Are they really?
It's a lot of... We'll call back to it because it's in my notes here. I have it in my notes.
Well, I mean, I think that's a good place to transition from. Like the DCU is going to be on HBO. They're part of Warner's and they're part of the takeover. So that is going to affect James Gunn's movies.
Absolutely.
Forward.
I look at these are two of my favorite. Oh my god, I even hate saying it. It's really weird. HBO and DC should be home runs. Like they should just own the entire space of the world. They do because they're kind of like, how would I say this? They're like a good biological father that comes and picks you up every Friday and drops you off every Sunday when your parents get divorced. But he still has a big drinking problem, and like you have to deal with that like in your free time. Like he's not the best dad in the world, but when he shows up, he is the best dad. You know what I'm saying? Like they fuck up.
No, I don't know.
They fuck up so consistently, but I can't like break their family to me. I love them, you know. That's my alcoholic dad, you know.
It's HBO.
HBO is a really bad alcoholic dad. I mean, so going on to my topic here, the top 5 TV shows of all time, which then turned into the rise and fall of Sunday night HBO. I'm going to name my top 5. I don't want to do it dramatically because I just want to go into discussion about HBO here.
Okay.
All right. I had to find one that wasn't an HBO show. Here, ready? Okay. We're going to start with my number 5 is Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Okay.
Which I put over Seinfeld. I feel Larry David is the genius behind Seinfeld. If you notice, once he left, the show was not as good. And I've had way more gut-wrenching laughs on Curb. I think that, on average... there's more iconic episodes of Seinfeld, but just as a whole, the whole body of work, Curb Your Enthusiasm is absolutely
I'd agree with that. Every episode is a banger.
My number 4, which is not an HBO show, but was inspired by 2 HBO shows, is Mr. In-Between on FX. That show just blew my mind. The actor initially made a mockumentary in 2005 called The Magician, which was then picked up by an Australian TV network, and they wanted to continue it. They liked it so much. He's an Australian hitman. He's also kind of a bouncer, and he's like, there's a lot of comedy relief in it. I would call it a dark comedy, but his inspiration for writing it is he wanted to take Curb Your Enthusiasm and The Sopranos and put those elements together, which on paper, The Sopranos is a very funny show, but to think you could take that kind of tone and make it even funnier, they do. They knock it out of the park. There's the Mercutio character of Gareface. He's amazing. All the actors on it are outstanding. It's just a wonderful program.
That's one of the few shows I actually did take your recommendation eventually. You tried to get me to watch it for like 2 years.
I have notes which shows I've recommended for you to watch that you haven't.
Well, I did watch Mr. In Between, and it's a great show.
You watched it to the end?
I think so, yeah.
That doesn't... Tony, he did not watch it to the end.
What, would I remember how it ended?
It has one of the best endings of a TV show ever. It also goes into the formula now, which I want to talk about. That I think people drag shows out too long because it becomes a product. If I feel like if you and I wrote a TV show, which would be spectacular, the 5-season format, I feel really you can tell an arc without spreading it out. Like, I didn't know this. You know Game of Thrones is 8 seasons?
Yes.
But it's not, just like The Sopranos, it's not really 8 seasons.
Yeah,
the last 2 are cut up into part 1, part 2. You get 3 episodes this year. You know, James Gandolfini gets sober, then you get another 3 in the spring. It's a lot. But I'm going to go right to my number 3 here. Speaking of it, Game of Thrones is my number 3 pick of all time.
Really?
It is. It is. And it was a fight. These top 3 are, depending on the day, you could ask me. I went Game of Thrones, The Sopranos, and number 1, the best TV show of all time, is The Wire. Hands down.
I wouldn't argue with that.
I've met people who haven't seen The Wire, and it's fucking revolting to me. It's really upsetting to me. And I've met people who have watched like other gangster shows or cop shows that have only exist because The Wire was on television. And like one of my friends at work, he goes, I was describing The Wire and how he needs to watch it. And he goes, is that like the show Top Boy? And I just wanted to fucking break his nose because it's an English version of The Wire.
Okay.
That's all it is.
I've never even heard of Top Boy.
It's a really good show. It's not on my honorable mentions list, which my honorable mentions are, and these could have been tossed in at any time, the show you refused to watch as many times as I recommended it. And we made a deal that I would watch. I would watch Justified if you watched The Shield.
Yes. I got through like 2 episodes.
Because you suck. Justified was terrible, by the way. It's a Western style, different bad guy every episode. It's human garbage for the brain. The Shield.
That's wild.
Oz. Oz has to be on your list because the only reason any of these shows exist is because of Oz. And Keller is one of the best characters in TV. I don't know who is scarier, and they have a lot of similarities, Keller or Omar from The Wire.
I think Keller. But
Keller has no code. Keller is Omar without a code. And I don't think there's any consensual sex with Keller on Oz. Omar really has guys who love him. I don't like that.
Beecher fucks Keller eventually. They're in love for a while. Or he's being manipulated.
I tell you, that's the show I watched when I got my wisdom teeth pulled and I was on oxycodone, and I watched Oz because I was in bed for 4 days and I felt like shit. And when I got the flu in 2017, I like that show when I feel like I'm miserable because
when you're in lockdown, you go into
I go into lockdown.
Yeah.
It's The Wire I could watch on a repeat anytime. And they do have HBO has some of the most memorable characters of all time. Like if you made a top 20 list of TV show characters, Omar has to be number 1 up there, 1, 2, or 3. If not, you know? Because the Thrones ones, they spread out so much, and there's so many good characters across the universe.
I want to go back to the Thrones thing. The ending of Thrones didn't ruin it for you at all? You still hold it in that high regard?
Okay. Because you didn't watch Game of Thrones, and you only watched the last. How many episodes do you think you really watched of Thrones? You watched the Red Wedding, you said, right?
Right. Well, so I watched the entire first season. And then I would pop in and out whenever I knew something big was going to happen. So like the Red Wedding, the Purple Wedding, and then I started watching like when they got to the point where the books end.
John, okay,
right, yeah. So and I watched the rest of the end.
I was a person. I got into the show when they were into the 4th season and started from first on. I got to hear people's frustrations with the show before I even watched it. So when I went into it, it kind of like softened the blow a lot on the stuff that people were upset about, like the fans of the books and stuff. I did read the first book, and I really like the way Martin writes. Very bang, 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 bang. There's no fluff to his fucking writing at all. Like, I tried to read Tolkien after you described the Fellowship of the Ring, and it is literally a description of a beautiful Elden field, and it's a lot. It's a lot to read.
And then you get to the poetry.
The poetry
is a commitment.
I couldn't imagine Martin writing poetry. Just a lot of cock poetry. Just describing Jaime's cock in a haiku. That should be the book, the last book. But I don't like the way it ended. I feel like Thrones was great because it didn't, and this will go into A Night of the Seven Kingdoms as well, which I'm all caught up on. I feel like Game of Thrones did not give you what you wanted for 7 seasons. And that's what was appealing about it. Any of the characters could die. It was the only show when the character died, they were gone. And then there's post John getting killed. And all those rules are thrown out the window because they're not going by Martin's format. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I feel like Martin is also lying. He's never going to write the end of it because he doesn't like the reaction for how it got. It was viewed the last few seasons. It's also a fan base, just like we're a part of all of them. Wrestling, sci-fi. It's geek lore where we're never going to be happy with the thing we love the most. Especially with wrestling and sci-fi in general. You and I love a lot of works of art so much that we just nonstop talk about how much we hate it.
Yeah. We just complain about it.
We complain about it constantly. But that's the entire fan base. You know what I'm saying? Anyone who really tells you that they love everything about the Game of Thrones show really doesn't.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that, though.
I meet people a lot.
Really?
Assholes. Yeah. Huge assholes. Huge. You know how many people have named their Arya is one of the biggest girl names that was of
really?
Of babies born in like the last 5 years. Yeah.
That's wild.
I'll admit, if I had a girl in the last 5 years, that's probably what the name was going to be. It wasn't going to be Sansa. I know that for fucking sure. But as a whole, I feel Sunday night HBO used to be a lot. Streaming has ruined it also. Because, like, I'm going to give you an example. Like, have you watched A Night of the Seven Kingdoms?
No.
A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is based on his novella, The Hedge Knight.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what HBO is doing with this is they made this more comedic, this show, and it's very refreshing because it is a very funny show. But these are now based on his novellas. Okay, so they made Game of Thrones based on his 6-volume long books. Now they have to try and stretch. They're going to stretch this show as far as they can go. They're half-an-hour episodes. Okay. They give you everything you really want, but they also cut every episode with a cliffhanger, which Thrones did not do. Sometimes you would get like 2 or 3 episodes in a row where you feel a little content on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Okay, I've had enough. It's a cliffhanger, or they don't end anything on the episode you'd want. The conflict that starts in the beginning or what he's going through in the last episode is never addressed in the previous one. Mind you, the HBO's typical, the episode before the season finale is always the best one. It was outstanding. I mean, it was great. It was the highest viewed TV show per night, like Breaking Bad's finale. It tied Breaking Bad's finale.
Really?
Which is pretty incredible.
Yeah, I didn't know that many people were watching it.
I think you would like it. It's
I know I would.
A guy
like
who's going to hate it. Yeah.
Well, like because it's Game of Thrones, but it's with a little bit of a lighter.
They do direct comedy in it, which is very like. If people like, one of my friends recommended not watching it. He watched the first 3 and he said, I hated it. It's nothing like Thrones. That's really what made me want to watch it.
Right.
I have some friends in life that if they tell me they don't like something, that's immediately going onto my queue.
Right. I was reading something about Dunk, the main character, and how like he's just a nice guy.
Yes.
And that doesn't sound like an amazing character, but when you plug, he's just a nice guy into the world of Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Where everyone's terrible.
Everything's
shades of gray. Like, that's a really refreshing, like, take on something. It was just like, oh no, he's just doing the right thing. And
all my
trying his
favorite
best.
characters from Game of Thrones are the evil ones.
Mm-hmm.
The Viper is fucking outstanding. Daemon from House of the Dragon is probably my favorite character across the series. Am I sick of the Targaryen? I always liked the Targaryens when we didn't know anything about them and didn't see any.
Right. I think that the Targaryens are very interesting as long as they're like over here and like kind of in the background.
Yes.
Like, but like when you put them front and center, and it's kind of just like,
oh, you're cunts. Yeah. Yes. I've been using the word cunt a lot because I've been watching a lot of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
They're throwing it out there a lot.
People don't like it. People don't get it that I'm trying to be English. It's not.
Really it doesn't hit the same way.
I mean, I would recommend that show. It's you're going to dislike the things I disliked. I do feel that because I don't like the shorter version of the show. But now that because this was so successful, I don't know how they stretched this story into anything more than 3 seasons without it being completely unenjoyable. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need. There was so much going on in Thrones and The Wire and Sopranos. Like you could rewatch all 3 of those shows and like go back and just follow a different character, which was always the appeal to those. I like those, you know?
Yeah.
For this, it's very direct. It's one character and they're stretching out. But overall, I think it's the best HBO show I've seen in a very, very long time. I would highly, highly recommend that.
Okay. Do you think that HBO is like getting their feet back under them from since? No. I think they lightning in a bottle with this one because there's only so many stories they could also do with this. They also don't. The Sunday HBO shows are always going to do better. There was a show that came out, I would think it was 2 or 3 years ago, called Tokyo Vice, based on the book. A journalist, he moved to Tokyo, learned Japanese to just work for a very famous Japanese newspaper. And the book is on my list of books I'm going to read. It was on Thursday night HBO, streamed directly to the app. That's rough.
I recommended this show to you.
I remember it, yes.
And it was a solid first season, solid second season, and they discontinued it. And it wasn't because the show wasn't good. I'm really upset with that I'm not going to get any more of that story other than reading the book. But it's because it's on Thursday. Like, The Wire was on Friday nights. I didn't know about The Wire. I remember waking up at 15 years old. I fell asleep after school on a Friday. And I woke up at like 7 o'clock at night, one of the afternoon naps where you wake up, you don't know what day it is. And it was the 4th season of The Wire. And I did not leave the couch until I caught up on all 4 seasons. It's that good a show. But it was Friday, and they ended The Wire. The Wire did not want to end, but it kind of made a staple for that 5-season. Did we not get enough of it, and it didn't have enough to turn to shit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If it had gone on for another 4 seasons.
How much gay sex can Omar have before you're like, all right, it's enough. It's enough. That poor man had a horrible boyfriend in every season.
A bad choice in men.
They're also choosing a bad guy. You're going to die if you date that guy. You know what I'm saying? They all die. I think the Spanish one just runs away from him at the end. He's like, fuck this guy. I mean, he's really cool, but
right, he gets away with it, though.
He gets away with it, yes. All right, we're going to move into... Can I just... Before we go into this third topic, I need to just describe... I had a really good day planned out. Like a really positive... I'm trying to operate on a schedule now. I set my alarm for 9 a.m. this morning.
Okay.
I wanted to go rock climbing. I wanted to go get a haircut. I wanted to go tanning. I wanted to then write the whole episode.
That's very ambitious for a whole day. A whole morning.
Whole morning. That was till 12. And write the whole episode.
Unbelievable.
Oh, my God. Hopefully, I'm sorry, Tony. Because I'm so dedicated to this program or irresponsible, I played Ghost of Tsushima till 5:36 a.m., still thinking I could wake up at 9. I do remember shades of me telling Echo is my alarm clock, to just shut up at 9 a.m. I rolled over at 1 p.m. this afternoon. I got all of that stuff done other than the rock climbing.
That's pretty good.
In 54 minutes. That tells you how detailed the episode was to write. You know, that I did it in 16 seconds at a library HP computer. But Ghost of Yotei, the third topic.
Yeah. But tell me about your experience last night. Does it stick the landing?
It sticks the landing. It's also going into themes that I really get upset that they're just ramming down our throats at this point. The ending was absolutely outstanding. You can kind of call it with it because, once again, video game writing for their stories, I haven't really been shocked by anything really. Like whoa. I mean, the game Days Gone, another game that got canceled, I really like the ending to that game as well, and that shocked me a little bit, that ending. But Ghost of Yotei overall, I think it should be Game of the Year. If not, did they award that yet?
Yeah. I don't think it really won anything.
Really?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was Game of the Year was really dominated by the Expedition 33 and like Hollow Knight and stuff like that. It kind of got lost in the shuffle, I feel like.
I mean, I love I didn't play the sequel to Hollow Knight. That's on my list. That's another female lead. I can't play a game with a female lead. I can't connect with it. It's something I really can't. But the sad thing was, I powered through this game. It's the first game I played with a female lead. Just to replay Ghost of Tsushima, which is a male lead. And believe it or not, I turned on Ghost of Tsushima at 6 o'clock in the morning to be like, I'll play a little bit.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And it doesn't hold up as well. Like, Ghost of Yotei is a better game. It also shows you how much, like, I thought I would turn that game on and it would look exactly like Ghost of Yotei.
Yeah.
5 years for a game development is a lot. You're like, wow, this is different.
Right, that's interesting, because there's definitely some of my thoughts about going through Ghost of Yotei is I'm not sure I'm having quite as much fun with it as I did with Tsushima.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure if it is as a beautiful of a game.
It's
like,
not.
There's times when you are riding through Ghost of Tsushima and you're just like, wow, this is amazing. And I feel like I haven't had that really with Yotei.
Yotei, I did most of the side stuff first, just because I was enjoying the bounty hunting aspect. I do not believe that's in the first game, bounties. I don't think. No.
There's a lot more dueling though. There's a lot more like you going to find people.
Yes.
It's a different system, but it's similar.
Yes. There is also the underlying homosexuality in Ghost of Yotei. That is, they cop out at the end of it. Can I just tell you the ending of it? Okay. You kill Saito, you put him through a tree, you spear him through the fucking thing. It's great. The ending is awesome. It's a 3-phase battle. I probably did it for an hour and a half. The game kept telling me, do you want to keep... I remember you laughed when I told you that.
Oh yeah. You were losing enough that it was kind of like...
Every boss battle you've never gotten where the game tells you, do you want to like take a break? Or it says, do you want to suspend...
No, it's never asked me if I want to take a break.
It does that a lot with me. I'm a button masher, so I don't really have technique. And when I hit a really good move, I'm like, oh, I should learn how to do that when I want to. But when I put Saito through the tree, I was like, this is amazing. And then they move forward 6 months. The credits roll for a good 12 minutes. It's crazy. And then they take you back to your house where you're living with your niece because Jubei, your shit brother, ran in at the wrong time, didn't save your life, and he gets complete... I feel like I'm a dick for ruining this.
Oh, God, really? Okay.
Jubei dies, yeah. Maybe you should have stayed up till 6 a.m. playing the game like a real gamer. So now you're going to raise her daughter, which I kind of called that one. I thought you were going to go off into the world and you were going to like raise her as the next Ghost of Yotei. I was so angry. And I'm not angry at the theme of a gay couple in a game or a movie or anything. I just feel like it's done just to do it. And that's what upsets me. They walk up onto the porch and Okai is sitting there playing the guitar, which now means that for 6 months she's been living with her, and they're raising this girl. And they never address them in a relationship. So it's either shitty writing, and they couldn't figure out what to do with Okai. How do you say her name? Is it Okai?
Yeah, I think it's Okai.
It's just thrown in. And it really upsets me. It's a big HBO thing, by the way, also.
Right, we're kind of hinting at it. We're kind of like dancing around it, but we're not... Like they don't kiss or anything.
They
like
do
that.
not kiss.
So they don't just go for it.
There's a few times where you think they're going to.
Right. There's been a few times that I've thought they're going to in cutscenes or something, but
it doesn't happen.
And then they just like walk away.
It doesn't happen.
It's disappointing.
It is. The other Days of Gone did this to me at the end too, where your main character like is in love with one of the female bikers. The entire. Like, and it's hinted strongly. Like, she gets undressed in front of you, and she, like, talks about, like, being together with you. And then they put you back together with your wife, who's a bitch, who's the worst. She left him.
Who's also been dead the entire game.
She wasn't dead, though. She just didn't want to be with him anymore. And they put
she just ghosted him. She stopped
ghosted him, yes. They make you go back together with her, and then they put the love interest throughout the whole game on a motorcycle with the female doctor with dreads. at the end of the game, and like she kisses her and grabs her ass. And I texted you, I said, Rob, where did I miss something in this game that I was in love with a lesbian the whole game?
In that game, you definitely did miss what was going on there.
I missed it? Okay. But overall, I would give the game... It's a 4 out of 5. There are some misses with it. I feel like it did get a little repetitive in some spots, but any game you're really going to play like that open world, you can make it repetitive real fucking quick.
Right. So do you have any idea of how many hours you put into it? Like,
I should have looked that up. I did it to excess because I did enjoy this game a lot. I'm over 80. I'm easily over 80 hours on that. Yeah.
I know I just hit 80 last night, and then I put it down. But because I wanted to be fresh and ready for today. But
don't get too comfortable with Jubei. That's all I'm going to say.
Jubei's a weird character. I appreciate that how he like kind of pushes the main character to kind of grow and like change and stuff.
Yeah.
But like he's very stubborn about it. It's a very strange dynamic.
You don't have a sister.
You think that's what it is?
Oh God, dude! Oh my God, the older brother role. You feel like you should be providing advice, and they don't want to take. They hit the. I'm sorry, you have a brother. In
No, this is interesting.
The dynamic was spot on, spot on. Like I would not call my sister anywhere near Atsu because Atsu she's a psychopathic maniac seeking revenge. But those discussions where they're arguing just like growth. And I did like the writing in that because she's also calling him a hypocrite because he hasn't grown in the areas that he wants her to grow in. That's a perfect brother-sister dynamic. You know how many times I've told my sister like to do the right thing and do things, and I've done none of that advice? That's the Rob, you might have made me love 4.5 out of 5.
Actually, maybe the best depiction of a sibling relationship in a game.
I would hope that if I had a daughter and I got murdered fighting our father's killer by a tree, that my sister would not raise my daughter to be the next Ghost of Yotei. That's it. Or do I really want that? That'd be really cool.
I want to talk about Saito a little bit. Like, the writing in the game is phenomenal, and I think Saito is such a good villain, and it reminds me very much of the previous game where I don't remember his name, but the Mongol general.
Khan. Yeah, it's not Kobol. It's a very similar name. Yeah, one of the Khans.
But the thing that the game does is that's great. I think, and it's a really simple thing. Is they just make the characters like cruel. Like Saito's not wrong about most of the things he's doing.
No,
he's trying to fight off the Shogun. He's taking people in that don't have anywhere else to go.
Yeah.
But it's just like, but he's cruel about it. Like, there was no reason to do what he did to Atsui, except that like he likes to hurt people.
When you fight the spider, that is the only boss battle where you let the guy live at the end. He just
okay, kind of.
The Kitsune. Yeah. How cool is my Japanese? Kitsune. You find out that the thing that really drove Saito to come after Atsu's father is Atsu's dad abandoning the Saito clan at their lowest is what kind of indirectly causes Saito's daughter, a baby, to die. So they kind of try and connect it that everybody has their revenge story and they're intertangled, which I really liked. And that there's two sides to it. Saito's very flawed as a character. I like him more than the Mongol boss battle at the end of the first one because he's just blind rage, wants to conquer. Saito was a very in-depth character, a bad father, but he was bad with his two sons, but it's because he lost his daughter, so like he wasn't really all in on being a dad.
And his sons are kind of dickheads.
Am I going to fucking cry on the first episode of this podcast about bad fathers in the first episode? This is a lot, but overall, I would say it's one of the games I've enjoyed. I could go back and play that again, 100%. And I still have like 80 bounties. There's a lot of bad people in
No, they're all over the place.
Yeah, it's a hell of a town. You have to constantly. It was very. Would you say you liked Red Dead Redemption 2 more than you liked Ghost of Yotei?
Yes.
Do you feel Red Dead gave you more?
Not necessarily more. I think I just appreciated like the aesthetic of it a little bit more. There was a lot more. Actually, maybe that's not true. I was thinking there was a lot more like just downtime and like wandering around in Red Dead that I really enjoyed, and like in Ghosts,
you can't. I thought you could, like, where you can go out and just hunt and like kind of wander around. There's way more. Like, I couldn't imagine playing Red Dead 2. Like, I started it a few times, and it's just been with life that I didn't have the time to devote. I don't think 80 hours can crack the surface on Red Dead 2 if you just play the sides and hunt. And I think if they gave you any more of what they did in Ghost of Yotei, it would have gone off the rails. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I've totally felt that because in certain areas, you start to kind of grind. You're ready to move on with the next thing. But it's pretty well paced. Like it's once you hit there, you are really ready to move on. The game's ready to move you on too. Like you never lingers too long on any given thing.
Yes, it does hop along pretty well. It does have an excessive amount of walkthrough missions, which has been a thing I've noticed in games, especially PlayStation exclusive ones. The walk along missions where they're telling you a story instead of just giving it to you in a cutscene really makes me angry. Like,
I think that's GTA's fault.
A lot of walk along.
Well, so many like missions in GTA was like you get in the car with the guy and he talks to you for 15 minutes. They have exactly how long it takes to drive there, and that's.
I just want to pick up a hooker and murder her. Yes,
yeah. It's like, can I just go play the game now, please?
Yes. Wow, I never made that connection to it. Like I told you, I played God of War 1, the remake, and I loved it. And there's so many walkthroughs in the sequel where you're just picking fruit on a mythical elephant with this little girl, and she's telling you about your mom and how great your mom is. And I'm fucking disgusted about hearing about how great my mom is in this game.
I just want to go fight something.
This episode went real deep on bad moms and bad dads, but
it's a recurring theme with you.
What do you think, before we wrap this and go into our first outro here, what is on your list of the next few games you think you're going to hit?
I don't really have anything on my horizon. I have Expedition 33 is, I think I bought that for myself for Christmas, and it's on my list. That's more of it's like an old school Final Fantasy game. Mm-hmm. Like it's turn based.
Fuck you. Okay.
Like big story, and I think that's what I'm gonna do next.
No. I tried to play Final Fantasy. I don't like turn-based fighting. It's not real. It just makes me really, really.
No, it's a game.
Turn-based play is almost like a really long walkthrough where you're pretending to play again, which I don't like. But all right, good. We're gonna also pick up Diablo again for the rest of our lives.
I have been itching to play that. Did you buy the expansion pack?
I did buy the expansion pack for Diablo.
I started playing with the Paladin a little bit, and it's.
I started with a rogue like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, did you see? I know you did not enjoy your time with Diablo 2. They just released a new class for Diablo 2.
No.
So for a 22-year-old game, they just released like a new.
I have that on the Switch. I might pick it up when we get home. Well, all right. That wraps our 3 topics, our first episode.
Ooh.
I'm very excited to start this up again. I'm very excited to start it up in also a sober environment. This is very nice. There's not all empty Coronas around us and crushed.
I can bring in a few if you want, just to give it.
Tony, you want to crack off some? Oh, we'll give a big thank you, by the way, King Tony Walker, the executive producer of the show. It is so nice to have a producer. By the way, because our old executive producer was just a real bad person. I really can't stand the guy on so many levels. Complaining about my lips clacking and clicking. Tony hasn't complained once about any of my lip slacking or anything.
No, he hasn't.
Yep. So I can take a guess who the old executive producer is, ladies and gentlemen. But all right, Rob, we'll say goodbye, and we will be back here weekly. We'll give you information on future shows coming up, future topics, future guests. We're gonna have some guests in the room here. We're gonna put together a roster of people, and I'm very excited to keep going.
Yeah, it's very exciting to be back.
We kept impeccable time, by the way. Tony is the timing is great right now. Great. I have such a good internal clock. But
yeah, it's great.
All right, Rob, give them the tagline goodbye. Do you remember what it was?
See you later, kiddo.
See you later, kiddo. Thank you, guys.